Good afternoon, Muttonistas. A new season is upon us. Really looking forward to it after the balmy, in fact way too hot temperatures where I went to games at the Club World Cup in the United States. Our first game of the season is away at Wolverhampton. Will they be weaker after selling some good players? Will City be all the better for the players that we brought in? Will it be a performance like away at Juventus, in America against Juventus, or will it be a bit iffy like against Hilal? Join me, Muttonistas, for today's matchday vlog of the first game of the 25-26 Premier League, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Manchester City. So, Muttonistas, I'm standing outside the railway station, which has had a lick of paint. And there does seem to be a tram line here. I've no idea where it goes, but I've seen a similar line outside New Street Station in Birmingham. Maybe it's the same one. As always, I'm going to give you a bite to eat, probably Indian around here, and then a couple of pints. Most of the pubs here are home only, but I usually get away with filming because I'm on my own and they know who I am. So, without further ado, and I've got here quite early today, let's go and have a pre-match bite. So, I can hear some beery chanting coming out of that Prince Albert pub. I didn't realise that was an away designated pub. Maybe it's something that's changed, but after I've had my little bite, I'll probably go in there. I can see lots of blue shirts there, so I'm sure that is the place. Not that I mind mingling with home supporters. Anyway, I'm absolutely starving. It's actually a 5:30 kickoff, which is a good time of day at which to play a match. It means it's better for the fans as long as they can get home, and it means you can have a few more drinks. Okay, Muttonistas, Cafe Rosa. I took a meal here, I remember a breakfast meal, quite a while back. I think it was a 2 o'clock kickoff here. Now it's the middle of the afternoon, I'm going to see what they've got again. I think it's vegetarian and vegan, which I don't mind, because as you probably realise, Indian is the best vegetarian cuisine in the world. So let's hope I can fill my belly and make myself match fit over some curry. Hello, can I get food? They did actually have a couple of meat offerings on the menu, but I've gone for a dosa, the South Indian rice pancake. Usually you have it with potatoes and sometimes spicy paste. I've gone for something a little bit off track, spinach and mushroom dosa. I don't know how authentic that is, but who cares as long as it's tasty. And a couple of Punjabi style samosas. As for the match itself, I'm pretty confident City should win this. I think Wolves have been weakened and haven't strengthened enough. If you look at Cunha and Nouri going, I don't think the replacements are at the same level. But in fairness, Wolves do give us a hard game usually. I remember some games at home where it's needed a favourable refereeing decision, like a sending off, or last time round we needed a 95th minute Johnny Stones header to win. We were actually top of the league as a result of that, and then things went severely downhill after that. Anyway, I'm going to predict 3-1 to City. Let's hope that this goes to plan and we make a strong start to the season. Come on, City. It's actually very hot in here, Muttonistas. I've had to take my hat off. Anyway, everything's come at once. I'm sure it's all freshly made. First of all, the samosas, which have come with a yoghurt sauce and a tamarind sauce. Yes, fresh and crisp, very slightly heavy on the pastry, but I think the Punjabi style samosas are a bit like that. Anyway, a great street food item, although one thing I would have liked with it would have been coriander chutney. Maybe I should have asked for it. Anyway, on to the dosa now. So, for those of you who don't know, a dosa is a South Indian rice pancake, eaten at all times of the day, breakfast, lunch and dinner in India, popular all over the country but mainly in South India. And it always comes with a sour lentil curry called sambar. I'm just going to dip that in now. Again, fresh and crisp. The sambar's tangy, sour and spicy. What more do you need? And finally, a bit of the dosa with the spinach and mushroom filling, which is a bit like a spinach and mushroom curry. Feels a bit Punjabi to me, but, you know, it's probably very good. Yes, it's quite spicy. I like that. Not the normal filling, as I said. Anyway, what a great pre-match meal this is. I make no apologies for coming here a second time before a game at Wolves, but I'm going to have to eat this two-handed because I don't want to curry my shirt. I'll see you at the pub, Muttonistas. Okay, Muttonistas, yet again I've plumped for the moon underwater. It's a home pub, Wolves fans only, but the beer is served in glasses. Jaipur by the Thornbridge Brewery, my favourite cask pale ale in Britain, $2.29 a pint. Let's hope it's a good one. For those who don't know the beer, it's got a tropical and citrus start and a long hoppy finish, so it's a winner for me. I love that style of beer. I first actually came to this pub when England played Hungary here and got slaughtered 4-0. And they do serve you really quickly, even though it's crowded on match day. Now, the team news is out, but before I go on to that, one thing I'm really looking forward to here is a raucous crowd. The atmosphere at the Club World Cup, well, it was a bit flat. I understand it's a different game in the States and people take their families to the games. Well, they do to a point here as well, but there's a lot more chanting, concentration of fans, and of course the stands are closer to the pitch, so let's hope it's an exciting day. Right, Muttonistas, the team news is out and there are a lot of surprises here. We've got James Trafford making his debut in goal ahead of Ederson. Don't know what's going on there. Is Ederson about to be sold? Johnny Stones comes back, partnering Ruben Dias probably in the middle of the defence. Ryan Aït-Nouri, ex-Wolves player left back, and Rico Lewis at right back. Let's hope he's built up a bit of muscle during the close season. He didn't play much of the Club World Cup, of course, because he got sent off. He might be on the move to Forest. I know that they're making bids for him. Bernardo and Nico Gonzalez, and then Doku and Bobb providing the width. Reijnders just behind Erling Haaland. Well, not sure how this is going to go. I'm sure they've trained well. Pep always knows best. Anyway, I'm match fit, and it's wonderful that they knock out this beer $2.29 just because they buy it close to the sell-by date and they know they can sell it. Anyway, as I said, match fit. Come on, City. Having a second actually before I go to the ground, and just a few final thoughts. I remember last year there's doom and gloom around here after Wolves had a terrible start to the season, and I said to the fans that met me here, no chance, you'll be alright, and it proved to be that Wolves were comfortably alright, although it did need a strong run of form in the second half of the season. I think Wolves will be okay again this season. Yes, weakened, maybe not as comfortable, but pretty sure there are three worse teams than Wolves. Anyway, let the season begin, and let's hope that we have something to write home about at the end of the match.
He was a hugely popular figure, both on and off the pitch at Wolves. and providing memories which will last a lifetime for many.
Well, there's a break in the play after about 13 minutes of Wolves player down. Not much happening so far, though there was that one dangerous Wolves counter where we sloppily gave the ball away, and thankfully I think it was Ruben who recovered the situation. I think that's going to be the template for the game, and unfortunately, just like at the FA Cup final against Palace, the sun is out badly glaring into my eyes. It's going to be a difficult clog. Somehow or other, Nico managed to keep hold of the ball, give it to Reijnders. Great ball across, tap it to Holland, 1-0 City. Counter-attacking, but what an effective one now. 2-0 City, Reijnders and Bobb combining beautifully. I think this is going to be too much for Wolves to overturn, especially since they want to sit back. And wasn't it a beautiful finish by Reijnders? We might have bought ourselves a little bit of a gem there. Okay, Muttonistas, very quick half-time review. Wolves were looking like a tough nut to crack for about 25 minutes, and then we did carve them over. At the back, our returning keeper, James Trafford, I think he's done pretty well, and of course has Johnny Stones. Makes a big difference when he's back. Good clearance from Diaz as well, and I think the only thing Trafford did wrong was a bad pass, a sloppy pass out from the back. We moved the ball a little bit more quickly. There's been some side-to-side stuff, but not as much, and it was the key to the opening goal. Second goal, we countered the counter, and I think this scoreline leaves Wolves in a bit of a quandary. I don't think they can keep playing the way they've been playing. I think they have to open up. As long as we don't do anything daft, I think we'll be all right, and we'll get the 3 points. Come on, City. what a move that was, Muttonistas. What a fantastic ball out of the back from James Trafford. Taken down, moved on to Oscar Bobb, who played a great ball to Reijnders, cut it back, Erling Haaland, no mistake, 3-0 City. That surely put the Wolves revival back in its tracks. Well, I think the Wolves defence started to tire there. Some great work initially, again by Reijnders, and then Wolves gave the ball away. Cherky stroked it, slotted it into the corner. 4-0 City, and top of the league already. City up! City up! City up! Okay, Muttonistas, very quick post-match wrap and pint at the Prince Albert, the away pub, or at least what I thought was an away pub that I saw on the way in. Plastic glass, as I suspected, so I think I made the right pre-match choice. And a very cold pint of Guinness. It's not too bad, it's slightly above average, nothing special. However, City's performance today was more than special, I have to say. But before I go on to that, when I came in here, the guy at the door said, "You're home fans, yeah?" And I said nothing and just walked in. There are some City fans in colours and some Wolves fans in colours as well, so I don't actually know what's going on here. Maybe it's just for away fans before the match, maybe somebody who was in here before the match could leave a comment. Anyway, on to the football, and before I talk about City, I think for about 25 minutes, half an hour, I thought, oh, this is going to be another tough Wolves team to crack. But once we got the first goal, it was all a different story. I don't think people who come here are going to find it easy, so in that respect it was a good 3 points. But once we got that first goal, there was no looking back. Were there any bad performances by City players? Well, I thought Doku was a little bit off the pace, but hopefully he can recover that in the near future. Also, I thought Aït-Nouri sold himself a couple of times. Got to watch that against the better teams. We still have problems at right back, and we will have much sterner tests than this, although nothing of danger came down that side really. As for going forward, we did look good. We moved the ball quickly. We had the pace in the team, which we just didn't have before, or at least last season. It's freshened everything up. Sure, there was a bit of side to side, grinding them down, pushing them back, but even when we did that, the passes were made quickly. That is so important, Muttonistas. Okay, I'm not going to pass myself as a master tactician, but I think anybody could see towards the, second quarter of last season that we were struggling to break teams down because it was all sluggish and predictable and in front of them. Again, our passing was crisp, our players were comfortable in possession, particularly Reijnders. The finishing was good. What a finish for the second goal by Reijnders, and what a fantastic finish after a beautiful counter-attacking move by Erling Haaland. I think this bodes well for the season. I think Reijnders looks like a fantastic signing, and probably Cherki as well will be good. Think of sticking Rodri in with this lot and Phil Foden, and we've got a lot to look forward to. Again, still concerned about the right back, and in goal we don't know whether Edison's going, Donnarumma's coming, Edison's staying, but James Trafford had a decent game today. A couple of iffy kicks, but apart from that, pretty solid. Anyway, Muttonistas, my next game will be the next one at home to Tottenham next week. Unlike this wonderful 5:30 start, it's going to be a 12:30, which I don't like. So until then, I'm going to love you and leave you. But in the meantime, please remember, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. But most of all, Muttonistas, don't forget, you can't beat a bit of mutton.